What's up, baby? How are you?
I'm good.
Good?
Oh, man.
Talk to me about this girl. What do you feel about her?
What girl?
Piqued your interest?
The Simone thing?
Valid, not valid? What do you think?
We are called Unscripted, right?
Well, I mean, we didn't plan this. I don't think so.
Is that a typo? No.
No, dog. J-Dog.
Let me tell you. I'm torn. But I also have some inside information.
Come on. You know what?
But I also have some really inside information.
Surprised? What do you got?
There's a drug test involved in this.
You think she failed it? How old is she?
No. I didn't say she failed the drug test. I didn't say she failed a drug test. There's a drug test involved in here.
Okay.
In this.
A mental thing for her?
The medication... I'm going to do this. The medication allegedly that she's been taking is a banned substance. She stopped taking her medication. She can't focus.
And that's why she feels she needs to concentrate on...
I actually posted that on social media. I didn't post it myself. I actually made a comment. And some guy, I don't know who this fucking asshole was. He's like, where's your reliable source? She's a quitter. Is it, do you have a reliable source? Like, I'm going to tell you my fucking source.
Right.
And she's a quitter. Yes. Yeah. I would say so. But on the flip side, I understand what's going on. All right? What I don't, on the quitting side, what I don't agree with is, are you telling me you've never been under pressure? How'd you get here?
They thrive on that.
How'd you get here? And this whole time you're wearing the GOAT thing going into the Olympics. You're putting more pressure on yourself. You're setting expectations to be the greatest of all time, even though you are the greatest of all time. And you just keep pushing that level. And also you get to the Olympics and you're like, I can't think. Right?
But I mean, can you see how beautifully though they're playing it down? Like, she's stepping down for the betterment of the team.
They have to. They have to. I think there's a division here, and I'm part of that. I understand. If you understand the problem, you understand her stance. You'll understand the route she's taking. If you don't understand her problem, she's a quitter.
Right. And so, let me ask you this, because, I mean, you're an Olympian, or were an Olympian back in the day. Did you see that going on back there? With the athletes there?
What, for quitting?
With the pressure.
Dude, champions thrive on pressure.
So
that's where champions are made.
Right.
They thrive on pressure. We put pressure on ourselves today.
Right.
You and I. Yesterday, day before yesterday. We a true champion is here.
Right.
Not here. Okay? You learn how bad you want it, then you put your mind to it. Okay? So you want to thrive. You want to be the best. Michael Jordan. Sick. Remember that was one NBA final? He was sick.
Mm-hmm.
He had fever. Tell me what champion wasn't broken and still went through.
Right.
So, yeah, I get it. To me, if I didn't know what I knew, she quit. And to say that she didn't have the focus and all that, you are actually taking back everything you stood for. Perseverance.
Where do you think she goes from here?
I think half the world's going to praise her and the other half is going to forget her. Yeah. What about you?
I kind of didn't know about the drugs, so now I'm thinking differently.
Well, it's prescription drugs, but it's
banned.
it's banned.
And if you know that, like we had that conversation in the last one, then you made a decision to take it or not.
But she did come off it.
But it's still in the system.
But she came off it, and she can't focus. See what I'm saying?
Now,
she needed her meds to perform because she performed with her meds since 2016.
so how much is that a dependence and how much that is psychological?
We're seeing that right now. She can't focus. Isn't that am I missing something? Isn't that what they're saying?
I just think that,
Why did you open up with this topic anyway? Is this the hottest topic there is?
well, it's trending right now. That's all you friggin' hear about. So I prior to coming here and listening to what you had to say, I was saying, well, that was pretty cool if she kind of like took the back seat.
Oh,
So,
bullshit.
well, this is what I'm thinking.
Bullshit.
That was pretty cool. You know what?
No.
I'm going to fuck this up for the team because I'm not going to do a triple Lindy, whatever the fuck. I only did one flip, you know, and I knew that. And I said, if I keep going this way, the team's going to get shit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to step down because I can't. I didn't know about this drug thing.
Let me ask you something. She was supposed to do the balance beam, right?
Yeah.
When is that?
When is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Has it been 3 days, 72 hours?
Yeah.
Side effects. See?
Huh.
Coming off. It has to be. It has to be. Why all of a sudden want to do the balance beam? Because maybe you can see straight? Maybe you can focus?
When she got as good as she did she have a problem?
Well,
Who decided the medication? Is it psychological and then comes the medication and now it's...
well, you know what? Then you go back and like every kid has ADHD. Shit. I was born with ADHD.
So do
You
we
know,
medicate?
you know what my medication was? Slapping back on my head from my dad.
So do we medicate the fucking world when they're
Yeah,
born,
that's what's
right?
happening. Everything is created. Everything is becoming a disease.
Right. So
Once something is a disease, there's a drug for it. Get it?
yeah, which is what's fucking handicapping.
Right.
But I think that girl can do just fine without the fucking drugs.
I think
And
she'll
then-
do fine 6 months after she comes off it. Then she'll then.
But then it goes back. She goes back to her normal state,
Right.
which
There's-
she
there's-
was before the drugs.
Yeah, there's no tropics in there. There's plenty of supplements that can be very powerful. You know.
So rewinding back, it's psychological. She doesn't need the fucking drugs. It's a mental thing.
Right.
She thinks.
But her coming off, if this is the case, which I'm pretty sure, her coming off messed her up.
Now I see now. So she's the drugs for performance. I see that, and I've seen it in our world, in the Olympic world, the Olympia. Right. I need to do this in order to place here.
Right.
I need to do more in order to get bigger. I need to
Right.
do. What is your experience with that when you were in the Olympia?
To do what?
To do more to get better.
Every day I was thinking of ways of doing it.
You were.
Oh yeah. Every day I was thinking of ways of making myself better. You know? Every day.
By virtue of drugs? Performance enhancements?
Drugs, nutrition, train techniques, training. Yeah, listen.
But I'm sorry to cut you off. Back then, although that was part of the protocol, that wasn't the first.
No, I was going to get there.
Yeah.
Right? We trained, and we used the steroids, which now are anti-aging hormone replacement therapy.
Or performance
Yeah,
enhancements.
performance enhancing drugs. We use that so we don't become anemic, so we can retain, so for recovery. We never really used it to, and yeah, you can, to enhance the muscle. I was going to say enhance the muscle. See, it worked with us, not for us,
Right.
right? Because we put in the work. We love training. Nowadays, it's the opposite. You don't train, they don't take anything. They start taking things, they train a little, they take more, they train a little more. It's the drugs leading into the show, not the training leading into the show.
Right.
Okay? So if you want to go back to, Simone's thing, in all reality, focus is probably 95% of the results in gymnastics.
Right.
If you don't have focus,
you miss it. You miss the land, miss the mark.
Everything. You miss everything.
Right.
There was something going on in Tokyo. There's somebody I know in Tokyo as well. That the first day of press, the press day they call it, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He said that there was some kind of animosity between her coach, her and her coach. There was some words of exchange there that no one really got it. Like, they just saw something, it was over.
Mm-hmm.
And and after that, I think her team came out, or some representative came out saying that she wasn't gonna compete. Why did you go to Tokyo? Why'd you go? Why did she go?
Good question.
So you tell me all the other athletes aren't taking Adderall? Are you kidding me?
But is that on the list? I don't think it is.
It is.
Adderall?
Yeah.
And how are they?
It's a banned substance.
But how they're not testing?
I don't know.
I thought Olympics were tested.
I think you test top 3.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, man. You don't know what goes on behind everything. Do I feel bad for her? Absolutely. I do. I feel bad for her. But you know what? She's got to do what she's got to do. She's got to say what she's got to say. I'm not going to fault her for that. There's got to be something, that is going to come out, and I don't know, man. It's like I want to call her a quitter,
mm-hmm.
right? And I don't think she's a quitter. I really don't. How do you get to that fucking level?
Yeah.
With a quitting attitude. That's an attitude. Okay. If you were entering the Olympia, you're backstage.
Yeah.
Right? You're backstage. You're in your hotel room, first of all. Drop your pants, look at your legs like, fuck. I'm going to kill everybody. You go backstage, you look at your legs, and you're like, oh my God, what happened? From upstairs to the stage, backstage. Your legs aren't there. Your favorite top 3. What do? Do you save your ass?
You got to go.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you're there. What are you going to do?
Nope. You save your ass.
You're there, about to go on stage. You don't go?
Nope. Are you a quitter?
Well, how I would do it, I won't be, but how someone else would, you said save your ass. Are they a quitter?
But
you just backed out.
But you're known. You're already favored top 3. You worked your way up there.
But how do you explain that to everybody?
Wasn't my time.
Backstage, about to come out?
Wasn't my time.
That's ludicrous.
It's business. It's business. You walked out with no legs, your ass got beat. That's all they remember.
So, I see now. So you don't go out, you never got beat.
It's your brand.
People never know.
It's your brand. See how I think now? The business side.
Son of a bitch.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, the business side. You take the hit. Didn't feel good. Sorry.
I love that.
Yeah, man. That's how it is. You gotta take the emotions out. 16 weeks of dieting, whatever that thing is, and 3 minutes before you get on stage, you got to call the shots. What is it?
But then now you got to go back and deal with all that.
No, you don't. you would have to deal with worse. All you got to do, you don't have to give anybody an explanation.
But you should leave, just walk out?
Yeah, just like, hey, guys, you can. And all you have to do is tell them, guys, something went wrong. I didn't want to get on stage. You get on stage. You're explaining your ass for a whole year why you got your ass beat. They still didn't see you. They still know you were top 3. You will always stay there until you prove them wrong. See what I'm saying?
You think that's what happened to Kai?
That's a good question. Yes. I think that's also happened with Flex Lewis.
That's right.
And I don't blame any of them.
So
Yeah.
Kai Green and Flex Lewis both took that route.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
I don't blame them. But don't tease people.
Right. I think Kai's teasing more than
Is he doing the Olympia?
he's teasing. Like he just sent Dave Palumbo that video.
Yeah, but
Dave, should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it?
Yeah, but that also works for Dave too, because Dave's an attention whore for clicks. I love him. That's why I can tell him. I say that. He's got more clicks from that video than probably anything. You know.
Who do you got going in for Tampa?
So we went from Simone.
Oh, we went from Kai on the stage to.
Oh, so we went from Simone to Kai.
Well, it was very big.
I like to say something before we talk about the Tampa. These new guys, are really impressive.
But can they stand next to?
It doesn't matter. It's a whole different generation.
Yeah, but in that generation, you have muscle that doesn't look the same.
But I can also probably explain that.
Okay.
Who do I have for Tampa? Going by what I see so far, I think it's Ian's.
Ian's.
Yeah.
Okay. I got Ian for the win too.
Yeah.
Who's a formidable threat?
I don't know.
Only one guy.
Who?
Max Charles.
I don't like him.
You may not like him,
I don't like his body. No.
but
no.
he just got third in the
Got third where? The New York Pro?
Chicago.
Chicago. The Chicago Pro in Atlanta.
What?
The Chicago Pro in Atlanta.
Oh well. There's a New York Pro in Orlando.
Yeah. There's a New York Pro in Orlando. I think, Max, muscle, quality, he's coming tight. I think structure-wise, I don't think he's going to be Ian. And I think Ian's coming in. But I'm afraid Ian's going to come in a little too heavy. And Max might pull it off. Listen, anybody can be beat. Anybody can be beat.
I just saw it in the Instagram. This guy, was it Phil Viz?
Who?
Phil for the USA's.
I didn't see any of that. I was
He had a photo on there. It looked like incredible. Third call-outs.
See?
No.
Really?
Yeah, third or second call-out.
It was this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was traveling. What a whirlwind that was too. So
Tennessee?
Tennessee, Georgia, I want to fly, so I drove. I don't like flying anymore.
No? How's your back hold up?
So it's good, man.
Driving?
Yeah.
How long was that Tennessee trip?
12 hours. We did it 14 hours.
But you stopped?
Yeah, we stopped. But the thing is, the back of the seat, I got that big Playmate, little refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
All meals in there.
Oh, so you
So
grab
it's
and
good.
go.
Next time, we put a microwave in there too. They have a plug for a microwave.
Do they?
Yeah, I was going to take the one from here.
Would you take the Ford?
Yeah, I took the Raptor. Yeah. So it was good. Had a good time. The guys, but the quality muscle.
Yeah, the younger guys.
Here's what I'm seeing. And I was like, why don't they have the quality muscle? Because they're training hard. it's this. They're doing this time under tension.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this time under tension is not building them quality muscle. Reps build quality muscle.
Okay.
Right. So they're putting in all this weight on there, and they're doing negatives, slows. You know, they're doing 12 to 15. You know, I don't know. The quality of muscle. You see how it is?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like look at Walker, right? Big guy. I mean, I saw him at the Olympia and last year, and I was like, holy shit! I could just imagine how dense he looks now.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no quality. Like there's no like. You could see the muscles, right? Even in his legs, you see his big legs. There's no deep cuts, right? And I'm saying to myself, how can this guy be training so hard and so intense? He's got a great coach, right? Something's missing. And I do believe it's the full range of motion. I do believe it's those triple drop sets. Mm-hmm. You know, those giant sets. It's stuff that we used to do back then. You know? Because the quality, if you put 1996 British Grand Prix, I think it was one of the best shows ever. The lineup. Right. The lineup was just
96?
96. I think it was 96.
Flex was in there, right?
So 96? I think so. I mean, it was an amazing lineup. I think it was better than the Olympia, to be honest with you, because everybody wasn't. It just, if you put the top three, not even the top three, third, fourth, and fifth, or fourth, fifth, and sixth, okay, to the top three today of the best, you'll still see a major difference in quality muscle. What's so different? Drugs are there.
Yes, but the drugs are different and taken in different amounts, which I think affects the quality.
Because they're not training.
Right.
They're growing, and they're not pushing themselves.
Right.
I haven't seen one guy yet throw up on a leg workout.
No.
Let me tell you something. If I had a YouTube channel and I did legs, for views, I'd be throwing up every leg workout.
You mentioned that quality. I saw Labrada's son, and he almost has that same thing, where
he had it up to last year.
Yes, and
he's getting that quality now.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, and I saw it now, and that's why he won.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And you got to give it, like, this guy has got everything he needs, including the dad, the experience, everybody the dad used, even though I think he's selecting his own thing, you know, and the dad's like, you know, it's here when you need it, and his dad, I think he's got, like, primed.
When he won, he won the Tampa, right?
Tampa, yeah.
He won the Tampa, but last year, what did he win?
I don't think he sat out last year.
No, the Olympia. He did the Olympia. He was getting ready for the Olympia.
That's all he did.
Yeah, and he was good, but
in the Olympia, he had that not quality level.
Right.
But
something happened from the Olympia to now, and I kind of followed him a little, and he was drinking a lot of shakes to keep his
waistline
small. He shared his workouts a few times and stuff like that, but you saw his body, like the lines in his legs. They weren't. See, you see a lot of veins.
Right.
That's smoke and mirrors, man.
But there's no cuts.
Yeah. So you see the veins, like, oh, he's ripped. No, he's not. He's just veiny.
Right.
Not only Hunter, but all these guys. You know, they're all veiny and stuff, and you think it's, wow, holy shit. You know, he's ripped. So coming in, he would come across my timeline, and I'm like, man, you know what? I'm really happy for him.
It's coming.
Yeah. You could see it.
You could see it coming.
You know, yeah, you could see it. You know, and like I said, I'm happy for these guys. These guys are, it's a generation that I hope they sink their teeth into.
Yeah.
You know, in bodybuilding, because we need it. We can't afford a bad generation, because then the bikini chicks are gonna take over again.
God forbid.
We got the wellness.
Well,
woo!
a little bit more meat in the wellness.
One girl, I don't know. I was as we were driving, Tammy was going through the timeline. I looked over. I'm like, why can't I have legs like that?
Yeah. Okay.
An ass and those tie-ins like that. What are they doing so different?
That's not what they're doing.
She looked over. She goes, baby, you're old.
Oh.
I said,
ouch.
I said, these wellness girls are freaking amazing.
They're not from here, bro. They're having the genetic something or other.
Yeah.
It's not what they're doing.
I'm working with one right now.
Oh, yeah?
She's coming to Tampa.
Is she competing?
Yeah.
Oh. I'll be there.
Yep.
We should do one of these in Tampa.
We can.
Right from the audience.
Yep.
Will they allow us?
We do it from the restaurant.
Oh.
We can get a little corner and do it. And as athletes come through, we can do it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
You know? But, yeah, the girl I was I'm training, and I swore to myself I'll never do it again. You know? I'm more stressed out than she is.
And you knew going into it.
I know, I did. I was like, oh, shit. You know? And this is like her third show, but she really didn't do the shows, you know? So she started at 138, kind of chunky, you know, not ready. Mm-hmm. And she's 135, ripped. I fed her.
3 pounds?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So she might, you know, be down to 130 now.
And by
Friday.
She's on Friday or Saturday?
She's on Saturday. You know.
By Saturday.
And she was bikini the whole time.
And she went to wellness.
I took her to wellness because for the first time in my life, I trained someone that I didn't have to build an ass. I had to build legs for the ass. And bikini, her ass would have been too big, and her legs probably a little too big, and she's got shoulders. And I said to myself, and I asked her, I said, you train for results. Bikini, when you reach a certain level at bikini, you really can't train for results.
Right.
It's just about staying lean.
Staying that way, right?
So, are you having a good time? You know, I said, let's build those legs around that ass. You know, and the funny part, Tammy, when I took her on, Tammy goes, "What are you gonna do with that ass?" You know, because it's like pop, right? And I'm like, I don't know.
Holy shit.
I'm like, I got to build those legs. We got to build those legs around it. So, gave her a little program, and I said, every other day, no upper body for 2-3 weeks, and you're going to train legs every other day. And I broke it down.
Wow.
Yeah. First week, she was like, oh, this is great. Second week, she was like, I hate you.
Miserable.
Yeah. And now she's like, oh, my God.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
And she's doing the NPC?
Yeah. She's on NPC, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think actually, yeah, Saturday. I think their days there Saturday. Saturday night, too. After the pros.
So who do you got for the Tampa? Are you training anybody?
No, not for the Tampa.
Okay.
I did. You know what? I last week I got with a guy who was his first time competing, and
The one in Boca?
yeah, first time competing, and he calls me and he says, "Hey, it was my first time. You know, I need a coach, and I want to compete next week." I was like, "What can you do?" I was like, "I can't do anything for you in a week, but what I could do is help you look like you know what you're doing on stage."
Right.
So yeah, we dropped about 7 or 8 pounds in 2 days.
No shit.
Taught him how to pose, and he didn't get last. He got first place in a class, and then he got third in his other class.
That's great.
So he texted me yesterday, and says, "Thank you for this weekend. That was amazing. I'd like to hire you so we can do the nationals." I haven't even responded. I don't. It's. I can't do that. I mean, what do you do?
I think it's the NPC's fault.
It's
the NPC's fault. You know, like if if this girl does well or doesn't do well, the thing is she's ready, right? So I'm not expecting anything. All I know is that she's ready for what she represents of 3 years of competing, basically 1 year.
Right.
Because the other times, the other trainer was just starving her.
Right.
Starving her. Okay? And I'm saying, if she looks good, if we can tweak it, she's either going to want to do the Clash in November, and I'm saying to myself, why do the Clash? Go to the Nationals.
Right.
For no other reason than do the Nationals.
Right. And when's the Clash?
November?
So it's in the same month.
Yeah. But would you do the Clash or would you do the Nationals?
Right.
Which is more prestigious?
Right. It's probably going to come out the same as you.
At the end of the day,
traveling.
yeah, at the end of the day, it's the same thing. But I'm getting ready for the Nationals. I placed top 10 at the Nationals.
Right.
Then second at the Clash.
Right.
See, so I think the NPC is wrong for doing this. They're not creating that level of prestige. Prestigious, is that the word?
Yeah, prestige.
Yeah.
The tiers. It should.
Yeah, national level, to get to the national level, you have to win.
Several.
Maybe. I mean, now it's like, who qualifies for the Nationals? Top 5?
Top 5.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
So you're 5th place in your first show, and you go against these people who are going to slaughter you.
Right. But again, what level? Remember back then we had level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4.
Right. No more levels.
Yeah, you couldn't do a level 2 if you didn't qualify from a level 1.
Exactly.
And I think that's what should happen. Because now,
So if you get third in a level 4, you're still good for the Nationals. Because you've gone through level 1, level 2, and have weeded out.
Right.
You go making yourself better and better.
And the juniors should be the entryway to the Nationals. That's why they were created.
And that's why when you used to go to the Nationals, you had high quality, and the Nationals was like an Olympia. Who do you choose?
Yeah.
Right? But now,
well, let's not go too far. Everybody's doing the Olympia.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing the Olympia.
You win a pro show, you went to the Olympia.
No. I don't have to win the pro show.
What do you mean?
I get ready to do the Olympia.
By points?
No.
How?
I'm doing the Olympia.
You ain't doing shit.
Listen to me.
What?
I'm doing the Olympia.
What are you doing?
Anybody can do the Olympia. It's an NPC show.
Now they have an NPC for the Olympia? No, they don't.
Amateur. Olympia amateur.
Oh, and then when they turn pro at the Olympia.
It's an amateur show. It's NPC.
Wow.
Arnold.
Arnold amateur.
I'm doing the Arnold.
Wow. So you can fluff your ass as high as you want it to be. Make yourself the biggest shot you never.
Why would I want to do the other shows?
When I can do the Arnold amateur.
When I do the I don't have to say Arnold amateur.
I'll do the Olympia. Ridiculous.
I got amateurs telling me they're doing the Tampa Pro because it's a Tampa Pro.
That's right. They don't even say NPC Tampa. They say Tampa Pro. Wow.
You can spin this every way you can.
Holy shit. Unreal.
Yeah. But it's a business.
Who determines that? What, the president of the NPC, the president of the Olympia, the promoter?
It's a business. What they're saying is, like I said, in one way as a business, I understand.
Yeah, we're business people.
I have to understand. And on the other side, on the emotional side, as coming from where I came from, I don't agree with it. So that's why I don't say shit. But think about it. If you sold only burgers at your place,
right?
Lights are on, grill is on, you got refrigerators, you got customers coming in, why are you not going to sell them French fries?
Right.
Why don't you sell them a soft drink?
Right.
Why don't you make a ham sandwich with it too? Grilled cheese. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How can you increase your revenue with the same amount of overhead?
So now anybody can do the Olympia.
Uh-huh.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, you get third and you look like fucking.
Well, I had a guy come up to me the other day.
Like a horror show.
He goes, "Hey man, I just turned pro," and I was afraid to ask. I was afraid to ask if it was bodybuilding.
Wow.
Or class or anything. I thought maybe he turned pro in tennis or golf or something.
Bikini.
You know, bikini. I just, you know, but again, I understand this fucking pro card thing. I get it, but you know, like, you know, I don't know. Maybe I just take things a little too serious. Well, I really don't take anything serious anymore. But you know, oh, I worked so hard. It took me 4 years to get my pro card. Are you fucking kidding
Bro,
me?
there's people who've tried 30 years and fucking retire never getting it.
Right. That should have.
That should have. Look at Mountain Dog. How long did it take him? And he finally got it at the, I think, 50 something, right?
Yeah. And he was happy as a pig in
Yeah,
shit when he did
like
the
a little
Arnold.
kid.
Remember when he did the Arnold?
Yeah.
Man? I was so happy for him.
And he didn't even need it.
Yeah.
He was already a millionaire doing his programs online.
Yeah.
He didn't need it.
Yeah.
But it's elusive,
It's that
and it
pro
was a
card,
fucking, it was a goal, and you know what? He earned it. He was one of these guys who was like a scientist with his body. He kept going. This didn't work. This didn't work. This didn't work. Tweaking, and until he said, you know what? I'm gonna fucking kick these little guys' asses who think that I'm too old to turn pro, and I'm gonna do it in style.
Yep.
And he fucking did.
Yep.
Amazing.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Our industry is, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is anymore. You know, I get excited, then I get disappointed, then I get, you know, I've asked to promote a show. They turned me down.
Really?
Yeah. Me.
Why?
Not because I'm Jimmy Mentis. Me. Jim Mannion turns around and goes, well, I'll say it. He goes, "What? You have experience in promoting shows?"
Huh.
I said, "No." He goes, "Well, me.
Like that.
Me." Yeah. I know everybody's shocked they're going to hear this, but it is what it is. I don't need them anymore. I don't need anybody anymore. I did enough for them. They did enough for me.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Someone else was shocked this weekend too when they said, "Hey, why don't you promote a show? The next thing you need to do is promote a show." I said, "Well, I asked." He goes, "Of course you got one, right?" I'm like, no.
Holy shit. I don't.
And they have no clue the team that I have behind me, right?
Insane.
And they have no clue the team the you know,
Yeah.
the team that I have behind me that can turn this whole industry
Yeah.
around.
I remember 4 or 5 years ago, I was asking you, "Hey, man, can you give me a show?
Yeah.
Can you talk to somebody?"
Right.
And I ended up getting that show.
Yep.
And how do you not get the show?
I don't know.
You gave out a bunch of stuff in my show for the winners.
I know. I remember.
Holy shit.
Dude, you know how much I take care of these shows without the Beauty Fit logo?
Wow.
A lot.
And I think you're a major sponsor for the class,
Yeah,
no?
yeah. Joe and I have an amazing relationship. I love him. I'll always be with him unless he you know he wants to find somebody else.
Right.
But you know we built that thing up, and you know he does an amazing job. We did 2 shows. We did 2 shows together. You know I'll always be loyal to him. You know I don't give a shit about anybody else.
Right.
Because everybody else just, what are you gonna do for me? No, motherfucker. What are you gonna do for me?
Right.
You know. Gary Uter's making $1 million at these Team U or what is it, North Americans. You know.
Easy million too.
Oh no, I'm telling you, he's making $1 million. Wow. You know, just from athletes, just from the athletes and all this stuff. So, you know, you're telling me you're making $1 million. What are you gonna do? What am I gonna do for you? How's my business gonna thrive by supporting you?
Right.
You know, I've had some pretty intense conversations with a few promoters.
Yeah.
They've been pushed back a little.
You know what?
But the conversation has to change. The conversation between brands, sponsors, and promoters has to change, because the promoters don't care about the sponsors anymore.
No, they don't.
Because they don't get any money. You know what they do? They make all their money off the athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And when they do the crossovers,
Mm-hmm.
okay, then they get a piece of the makeup, they get a piece of the tanning, they get all that stuff. So again, it's a business. I get it. I just don't want to invest in that business.
How would you like to see promoters take care of the sponsors? I remember years ago they used to.
Well, it's not about taking care of. Nobody needs to take care of the sponsors. It's a joint venture.
Right.
Right. I'm also working with Steve Payne.
Steve Payne?
Up in Georgia.
What's he have?
He just started a new show. My mind just stopped. I guess I didn't take my Adderall. Beauty Fit's a title sponsor. It's his first show.
Oh, okay.
And and Rachel came to me, and she came. They do the Southern Muscle Guide.
Oh yes. Okay.
She came to me and she goes, "Hey, I'd like for you to." I said, "Let's talk about it." She goes, "It's our first show," and I said, "Let's build it." They've been really good, and I'm not saying they're not handing me anything.
Right.
And I'm not handing them anything. We are working together. And I said, "Listen," I said, "Let's build this. Let's build this together." She goes, "Yeah, but it's our first show." It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We'll build it.
How do you build that with somebody?
Marketing.
So they market you. You
No,
market them?
you market each other. It's a thing. You got to market. You got to go out there. You got to get people involved. Look what Joe's doing. Look what we've done. With the Clash.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Clash is the place to be now.
Right.
Not because of Beauty Fit,
right,
and not because of the Clash. It's we've created this warm and fuzzy feeling, that everyone wants to be a part of.
Right.
It's a fun show.
It's what shows used to be like.
Right.
Yeah.
Who also did a really good show was Ty Pope.
Oh, he's up north.
We went up there.
Really?
Yeah, I went up there. He didn't know I was going up, so
I think is that the one that reminds me kind of like a little like Phil Heath? He's bald.
Yeah.
Dark skin guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Him and his wife. Nice guy.
And
I see
JoJo.
them at the judges' show,
Yeah.
at the judges' meetings when I go.
Right. And that was a really good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. You actually thought you were walking into a celebration.
Wow.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed it. We jumped up there and we didn't. I didn't want to tell him I was coming. So I didn't know I was going to go, but I wanted to go. So I told Tam, I said, "Come on, let's go." So we got dressed. We went up there, and then we showed up. Great show. There was like 3 athletes there, dude. It was like, wow, 3 athletes. Michael Matassa was sitting in front of me. He didn't know I was behind him. I went like this. He goes, "Oh!" I said, "Look at that." And he goes, "I know." There was one guy who was a classic physique.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like one of the Barbarian brothers.
Really?
Same hair.
No shit.
But, amazing. I said, "Who's training him?" He goes, "I don't know. I'd love to sink my teeth into him." You
You can see it.
It's like, "Come here.
Yeah.
Come here. I got some secrets."
Wow.
But yeah, there's a lot of good shows. I'm not saying that, but I think people don't go to shows. They go to see their athlete and they leave. It's not an event anymore.
Negative. And it hasn't been for a long time.
And I think that needs to change, because competing now is always expensive. Okay? But now people just want to compete. And back then, if you competed because you trained for it. Like I'm not saying you were, what's that word? I forgot the word. Anyway, people go through transformations now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they, instead of saying, "I'm going to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds, their goal now is to compete.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Back then, your ass ain't competing.
Yeah.
Okay? Which is okay. But all you see now, most of the people you see on stage, is because they have transformed their bodies, and the reward of the transformation is to compete. Yes.
That happened this weekend.
So they come and go. They come and go. So when you have 200 athletes competing, and maybe 40 of them are qualified, quality athletes, no one's going to sit there and watch.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah.
It's
not the same.
How many people were here this weekend? Did you go to Janet's show?
No, I went to the Prestige Crystal Cup.
That was the previous weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, there were, I think, 30 some odd athletes. Yeah. But, the last one I seen that was a good one was Southern States. That started to get back its crowd-wise as well. People were coming out. And athletes too. She did a great show.
Maria?
And she thankfully she came off, which is great. It's good to see, a good person finally get theirs.
Yeah. She
So
put her time in that show.
She did.
And she bought it from Peter, right?
Yes.
She bought it from Peter.
Yes, I'm not sure if it was a purchase or it was like a handoff, because they've been together for years. So
right.
Maybe he stepped down and, graced her with it.
Yeah, and send me my check.
Send me my check. I'll be home chilling.
Right. So you going to the Olympia?
I am going to the Olympia. I am.
Hey, tell me about your movie.
The movie.
I heard a little...
You mean your movie too?
No, that's your movie. I heard a little, some noise that you were nominated or you're going to some kind of film festival?
Well, no.
Who did you sleep with to get that?
I didn't, man. Well, I got to confess, he had a beard. Long beard. No, it's been... Well, the director is an Oscar-nominated director, which is always great to work with. He's an awesome cat, man. We get along really well. He's smart. He's
What's Aaron's last name?
Abelto, Abelto, and he got nominated for a film he just finished called Power of Movement, which has to do with a doctor who kind of attempts to heal his patients by movement and dancing and all that kind of stuff. And so he got nominated for that, and I was excited to work with him, and to see him light up.
Who picked who? He didn't pick you.
Actually, he did pick me, bro. Here's how it went.
Because you got a great story. So is it about you?
No. Well, yeah, it is about
Tell
me.
me about it.
It's about me. It's about how, someone, he's raised and born in the gutter. He's trying to get up. The stripping part and the entrepreneurship and stuff, and he's about to get up, and then he ends up in a situation where he gets betrayed, and he ends up going to prison. And the story about getting out, and how the recidivism rate is 75 or 85%, where you come out and your chances of going back in are like, well, it goes on how he flourishes when he gets out instead of taking the tradition of going back to prison, and how he builds his restaurant and he builds his gym brand, and the connections and the people he seeks to try to be
and
successful.
He has a podcast now?
And he has a podcast now, yes. And his co-host is in the movie as well, and that kind of stuff.
I got to tell you, and I'm not going to lie, I don't know too much of it. You just said you're bringing a crew, and I'm coming up to film. So we film, but when's it coming out?
There's a release. I believe it's the red carpet release is October 23rd, if I'm not mistaken.
Where?
Dolphin Mall. And what I just heard was that several.
This is crazy.
Listen to me.
Can I walk down the red carpet?
If you're not there, I'm not going. But there's several, from what I understand, several movie houses that have requested to have it played in theirs.
Really?
Yes, which is very exciting because I didn't even know that.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Yeah. Where does the money come in now?
Where does the money come in? Well, when you become the producer of the film, then that money goes into the film and pays some of the expenses.
Got it.
But I don't know. Hopefully that someone picks up the movie, gives us a handsome check, and
so when you say someone, because I don't know the process, So when someone says picks up the movie,
In other words, a company says, "Hey, I like this movie. I want to buy this,"
and they buy it,
and they redo it with their people, their actors, and all that kind of stuff. I think that's how it works, right?
so they take the story.
Yeah, they would kind of buy the story or
Right.
something like that.
The rights.
So the rights, yes. And or from what I understand, and I could be wrong, but Netflix will pick it up and they'll have an exclusive, which they'll pay the director a certain amount of money just to run it on Netflix. Or if they don't do that, I think Amazon Prime and the other places will play, and then it'll be like purchase, and they get a percentage of.
But why can't they do that with your copy now?
What do you mean, my copy?
Why does somebody have to pick it up and reproduce it?
Let me reproduce it. I don't understand.
You said they would pick it up and redo it.
Oh, I'm saying it's a person who buys it.
Yeah.
If they want to buy it, we can't do nothing with it once they purchase it because they bought it.
Well, can't you put it on Netflix now? Can't you do that work?
No.
Why?
Because they have to.
Don't tell me no.
Well, they have to look at it and I guess approve that they want to put it on their platform.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then it'll be only on Netflix, and from what I understand, the director wants it worldwide.
But that's what I'm saying is that okay. So you have different avenues. You have
we have.
You selling the rights.
Correct.
You can sell
could,
the rights.
yeah.
If you sell the rights, you're screwed because you're screwed. You have no rights
They
after
can
that.
put some gay guy to play.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I can't say shit.
But the thing is, if you go now and do the distribution, wouldn't that, if you do a smaller distribution, wouldn't that actually give it more exposure for a bigger distribution or someone to see it? What happens if you guys went to Netflix and you said, hey, I'm just saying, or Amazon Prime, I don't know the process.
Neither do I. I mean,
but what happens if you're like, hey, we're looking for one shot. Can you play this? Or I don't know what the conversation. I wish I knew. Right, and it's on Netflix. Can't you take that? For example, for me to get international sales 12 years ago,
right.
I knew I had to be in GNC.
Right.
Because the first question they asked back then was, "Are you in GNC?" Yes. They looked it up. Good. Here's $1 million PO. Here's a $500,000 PO.
Wow.
That's how easy it was.
Got it.
Because GNC, if you were in GNC, you were a good brand. That was 12 years ago. What I'm saying is, if you're on Netflix, isn't that sexy? Or any Netflix, you know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, whatever those things are, wouldn't that be sexier for someone to see as a producer or investor and say, hey, they're already on Netflix. Maybe we got something here.
Possibly, but I don't know if nothing can happen up until Netflix agreement is done with whatever they set with the director. It could be, we're exclusive for 3 or 4 years, whatever. So they may stop showing it after a month and then lock it down for 3 years.
It's an easy conversation. You just got to find the right person to talk to between the director and let's call him Netflix.
Yeah, all these are easy conversations that the director can have at any point in time, should he want to. It's just
his ass better.
Well, I'm sure he's doing his best. He's trust me, it's in all our interest.
I got no patience for this.
Every day I'm calling him like, hey, any trailers?
So every time Aaron comes around, he's been losing weight. Are you starving him?
Actually, no.
What's going on?
Look, honestly, I looked at Aaron and I said, you know what, this guy is talented. He's
very talented.
I've
seen some of his work.
He's incredible, right? And I'm looking at him and I'm like, you know what? You need to drop some weight, man. Yeah, there's no way that a young man like you should be carrying all this weight around with the work that you do.
Right.
Here's what I want you to do. Boom, 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 boom.
Are you gonna give him a choice?
No. Oh, hell no. He was 315. He weighed 315 when he went to the gym. That's what he told me. But I made him get on the scale. It was 318 or some shit like that. And then I said, this is what it is. And I think today he's like 275 or something like that. And so every day, every time I pick him up, I'm like, hey, you want to get something to eat? He's like, no, it's my fasting day today. I'm like, damn, you didn't let me get him a meal.
No, good friend.
So I know he's doing this thing, and hopefully by the time the movie comes out, he's about 15 pounds less. So
I love it, man.
He deserves it, man. He's too young to be getting sick over excess body weight.
Love it.
So, you know what I was thinking? I heard this on the, I know I'm jumping ship here, but it was interesting to me. I was laying down in bed and I was scrolling too, and what popped up on my feed was Patrick Bet-David. You ever heard him?
Yeah.
Valuetainment Television.
Yeah.
Did you see the offer he made to the president?
$6 million.
Is it 6? It was 5 yesterday.
It was 5 or 6, something like that.
5.
Yeah. To Obama, right?
To Obama and Trump.
But here's the thing. Why would Obama want to do this? What does he get out of it?
2.5 million.
Yeah.
2.5 million for each. They get in the room.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah.
He asked the first hour of questions. The second hour comes from all the viewers. And then the third one is a conversation between them on how they're going to get the country back in order. Should they work together? What do you think?
I don't think Obama has anything to win from this.
Other than 2.5.
No, I think he'll lose more than 2.5.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yep.
I think Trump will do it just for the entertainment
Trump will say,
purpose.
keep the money, donate it.
Tax write-off.
Because that's his way in, again.
Right.
I think Obama will lose everything he had built on the Democratic side.
Really?
Obama's a cool guy. He fucked up,
Right.
but he's a cool guy. I've never met him, but I know people around him then that you didn't even know he was the president.
Wow.
Yeah. He's all they kept saying is he's a cool dude.
Low key.
He's a cool dude. He's
Wow.
a cool dude. You know, loves his Motown.
Really?
You know, yeah. You know, so you know, you had the first African American president.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I actually voted for him. To be honest with you.
Did
Yeah.
Actually, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm a felon. It took that from me.
I actually voted for him. Yeah, because I wanted that change. I thought I wanted somebody different, somebody young, somebody cool, you know, fun,
Right.
you know, and he's got a lot to lose. I think if he needed 2.5 million, he can make one phone call without this exposure.
Right.
You know how many people are going to turn their backs on him if he sits down with Trump? He needs those people. You think his business dealings have ended? Barack's business dealings started the day he stepped down. All the connections he made. He sits with Trump, you know it's going to cost him more than 2.5 million.
Interesting.
It's not an enticing business deal for Obama to do this.
But an interesting listen to everybody else, huh?
Why? What are they saying?
No, I mean, I would like to see how these guys would get together and take care of business, if
See-
it's possible.
See, it's not going to happen. You think? See, when I heard that, the first thing I said is like, it's not going to happen. This is just fluff.
Right.
Patrick wants the exposure, or he wants to be that guy who
Attempts.
yeah, which is great. You know, he's a great guy. Patrick is a great guy. You know, he just moved to Boca too, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, he's interviewed amazing people, and I think what he's doing here is freaking genius. Okay.
You got me to look.
Right? But if you break it down in a business sense, it makes no sense for Obama to sit down. Not 2.5 million, not even 10 million.
Wow.
Yep. Because anything that he needs, he can make one phone call. He sits down with Trump,
All that goes away.
some of it, I'm not saying all of it. That phone call on the other side, no one's picking up. You chance that?
I wouldn't.
Right?
Good point. Good point.
You got 2 kids. You make phone calls. Take care of my kids. Kids go to this school. My wife's going here. I need this. I need that. Nothing big. Comfort. Move in life.
Right.
You're going to sit down for 2.5 million? At that level? To do what? To sit with the most hated guy in the world? He is. He is. You know? I mean, to me, I love him. He's a businessman. That's what we need. I get it.
Right.
Okay? But I've learned to see everybody's side. And when I need to speak, I speak.
What I like is that you see everything as a business.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm going out right now.
And that happened in the last 5 years?
Yeah.
Because I've learned to take my emotions out of my decisions. And I've become really successful with it. People have no clue. You do.
Well, we're keeping it low key.
Yeah.
Well, if you watch the show, you may get some hints, but we keep it low key. Did you see that Will Smith commercial? Or the commercial of the movie's coming out?
With Selena? With the two girls?
Brother.
I think it's going to be a good one.
Brother.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Their father, I saw it, and now I started going through you and looking at the real life stuff. And their father had like an 85-page plan on how he was going to make his daughters the best before they even stepped foot on the court.
What about, was it Joe Jackson?
Oh,
Jackson 5. Tell me what father, show me a successful athlete or a successful, from a teenage, that the father or the mother wasn't behind kicking its ass.
Yeah. And then they demonize and bastardize the parent for doing that. But look at what it produces.
Right.
Time and time again.
Right.
What is it? The golfer dude.
Tiger Woods.
Same thing.
Right.
Look where he's at. Look where the girls are at. There's something behind it. I got 2 boys. We're on track.
I'll kick their asses in.
Well, let's get started now, and then we can reap the rewards.
What are we doing? Tennis or golf?
1 tennis and 1 golf.
We'll do an A/B testing.
Make a funnel for each. All right? Okay. Awesome, man.
Good seeing you, brother.
Likewise, as always.
Yeah, we're heading out. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Peace.
Peace out.